Hey, this is Wilson. As always, I'm joined by my three prestigious co-hosts, Shane Christopher Murray, Jason Big Mitch Mitchell, and Vito Hill. I invited Galvez. I really don't have to invite him, but I let him know we were recording tonight. And when I called him, right before, he didn't pick up. So I don't know what to tell you. But hopefully one day Galvez will be back. But man, in this episode, man, I'm just going to jump right into it. At the end, we might do. Mitch had an idea to the top five overrated players, most overrated players in the NBA. I cannot guarantee you that we're going to get to that because all in the last week in the group chat, you see Big Mitch has on his Vikings regalia. Who was that? The Justin Jefferson jersey with the purple
it's
bandana.
just the shirt. It's just the shirt, but
Just the shirt with the purple bandana. Vito has on.
I don't need the jersey to ride on these fools.
Vito has the Tony Dorsett shirt with the Cowboys hat. Shane did not understand the assignment.
Did not understand.
Nigga, it's bedtime.
As the guys say. Shane is in his pajamas already. But listen, but
what a loser.
Man, in this episode, man, we're gonna have the Cowboys Vikings Civil War. We got a diehard Vikings fan in Mitch. We got two diehard Cowboys fans in Shane and Vito. And they've been going back and forth in the group chat for a week. So I said, man, let's get this off on the air, man. I mean, how do you guys feel about it? I mean, Mitch's point of view, I believe, is that the Vikings haven't won anything. I mean, the Cowboys haven't won anything in so long.
How many years?
Cares?
When you say haven't won anything, what are you talking
years.
About?
How many years?
What are you talking
27
about?
years.
We have a division title going back to 2021. So what are you talking about when haven't won anything? And don't say woo, because you were just talking about division titles all through the group chat.
Did y'all win it last
year?
All
you talked about.
Did you win it last year?
Yeah, we won. We won our wild card game, and we beat the Giants twice.
Y'all beat the Buccaneers, who shouldn't have been there.
Again, and y'all lost to the fucking Giants.
So
who definitely
the Giants is trash. So
y'all are trash.
We whooped your ass by 20 points.
You guys
20 points. It was 40-3. It was
40-3. My bad. Sorry, correctly. 40-3.
Emotionally deflated. We came off the big Bills.
I got receipts, nigga. Don't stop. Don't do that. I'll bring out receipts right now.
I don't give a shit about no receipts. You
should.
You can't even read. Shut up.
Nigga, spell read, bitch.
READ, big dummy.
Hey,
whatever.
I'll tell you this.
You realize we're ahead of the head. We're ahead of the head-to-head matchup.
You big dummy.
hey.
You realize we're up on the head-to-head matchup.
What is?
You realize we're up on the head-to-head matchup.
Shane, our history says that we won the Super Bowl in what year?
The last Super Bowl we won in 1996.
The last time.
Y'all last
1996. Hold on, man. I'm not done, motherfucker. I'm not done. We're not going to be yelling together, are we? Are we going to take turns?
We could.
Okay. I asked you a question, Shane. When is the last time the Cowboys made an appearance and won that appearance?
1996.
When is the last time? And that's history for us, correct, Jay? Would that be considered history for the Cowboys?
It is history, as in
past. So then I asked Shane again, what year did the Vikings appear in the bowl, and what year did they win?
They never won
not a Super Bowl at least.
And
okay, so when did they go though?
1977.
How many years ago was that?
It's a long ass time ago.
Jason?
Let me get my calculator out.
Get your Pine Pilot ready.
Yep.
We just speaking history. I'm not speaking of relevancy or a recent divisional titles. I'm not speaking that, huh?
It's 46 years ago.
Okay, so let's just get the past and history out the way. We've won one in the last 30 years, and you've won none. Not really a big difference, but history is history. So we'll move on from that. We've made that point, correct?
Y'all have won 3 in the last 30 years.
No. No. We've won one Super Bowl since '96. That's horrible. If we're supposed to be America's team, that's terrible. Okay.
America hates y'all.
Cowboys
fans like Shea Murray.
Well, you know, somebody's paying ESPN. It must be Jerry Jones is paying every sports outlet to.
Definitely paying them.
Oh, okay. Even the little ones all the way in like Cowtown, Arkansas, huh? Oh, let me not say Arkansas because that's where Jerry's from.
Man, that's why Shannon Sharp had to quit Undisputed finally because he didn't want to keep talking about America's joke.
You know, we kind of have been America's joke. I mean,
No, we haven't.
yeah, we really have.
Yes,
really
you have,
have.
bro.
We really have. We have not kept our bargain, bro. Jerry Jones, it's not.
The reason why y'all are America's joke is because every year, it don't matter how good the team is or isn't. Oh yeah, man, this our year. Oh, this our year. Popping out 8-8.
But Jay, to be fair, everybody says that about their team. Everybody. It's more magnified because the Cowboys are everywhere. But let's not act like not everybody starts the season off feeling like this could be their year, you know, unless you're like, I don't want to say the Jags anymore because look what they do. But you get me? Like, it's just the ones that are biased. The biased fans, they get on my nerves, man. They get on my nerves.
Hey, Murray. Yeah, he gets on my nerves too.
You know what's funny though?
What's funny? Tell me. Tell me a joke.
The argument you're making for your Vikings will be the same argument we would make for our Lakers if this was a Laker Clipper conversation.
No, stop it. No,
I love it, Shane.
Yes, that's exactly what you're doing.
I'm stopping it right here. I'm stopping it right here. I'm stopping it right here.
Shane, do you think a Clipper fan can argue with Jason? Do you think a Clipper fan can argue with Jason? I really want to know that.
I'm stopping it right here. Vito, did we not just go through the history?
What you're saying about relevancy, the same thing Clipper fans saying about us.
Did we not just go through the history of the Dallas football team? We just went through your history, right?
We went through history of both teams.
In the last,
we went through both part of the
history.
You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. You said you don't care about.
Let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak, Shane.
It's been 27 years.
Okay.
Since the Cowboys have achieved actual success in the Super Bowl.
Greatness.
Have they achieved minor success in the playoffs since then? Yeah, they've had some.
Barely.
The Lakers won the championship 3 years ago. The Lakers and the Cowboys are not the same.
We definitely would be. We definitely are, especially as far as popularity. Popularity is concerned.
Popularity, that's where it ends. As far as actual success in your field, on the court.
Again, what is your measurement of success?
The Lakers won the championship 3 years ago.
Bro, that's
speaking
27 years ago.
I'm a Laker fan, but that was bullshit. That was
speaking on behalf of a team that has no Super Bowl.
That Laker championship. That Laker championship.
You're speaking on behalf of a team that has no Super Bowls. So how you gonna get on a team that haven't won in 27 years when you haven't won one at all? That makes no sense.
Because it's been 27 years. That's why.
So
okay, well, it's been 30-something years since y'all have even made it.
Y'all haven't even made a Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah, but at least we know our roles. You big dummies.
What is your role to lose and not make the Super Bowl?
What the fuck is a role of a Viking since Randy Moss?
Hey man, we know our role. We know, hey man, you know, we're gonna have a good regular season. We're gonna pop out. We're gonna get a lot of gritties. And you know, we might miss a field goal here and there to win a game that we should win and have our hearts broken.
I got some stats for you, bro.
So wait a minute.
Oh, yeah?
Are you saying that?
Are you saying
that the?
Tell me a stat.
I'm reading on some stats.
Wait, Shane. Before you say that,
since you want to use paper, since you want to ruin the environment, tell me a stat that you have to read off of your paper that you couldn't read off of your phone. Tell me a stat, Mr. Environment.
Why did you print it out?
Hey, because Shane, he's a big dummy. He doesn't care about the environment. That's why. Read me a stat, Mr. Environment. Read me a stat.
Shane, before you say what you're going to say, let me just say, I think the Vikings and the Cowboys, as far as what they've done over the 20-some years, they're like this. You can't really separate teams that haven't made it to the Super Bowl or made it out of the first round of the playoffs. You comparing apples and oranges, man. Let's not do that, dog. Let's not do that. Because if we're sitting here talking to a Chiefs fan, he's laughing at us. Like the Chiefs fans that's going to be looking at this, all the other fans that have made it to the Super Bowl and won, they're going to be looking at this as a fucking joke, my nigga. Look at these Cowboy and Vikings fans arguing about simply nothing. Y'all both have been failures in the last 30 years. And until we admit that as unbiased fans, we're going to really be arguing about what, guys?
Well, right, thank you, Vito, voice of reason, Vito. Now back to the scheduled program. Anyway,
read
stats for your ass.
I'm just saying, I feel like we got a brighter future than y'all. That's what I'm mostly saying. That's my main point. That's my main argument. In this
future
season, I feel like
Are you insane, Jason? I have to really just like.
Why not?
Really think about it right there. Hold on, my nigga.
Talk to me, Vito. Talk to me, because I'll tell you why. Can I tell you why first?
You speaking of one player or the entirety?
No.
Entirety.
Can I tell you? Let me tell you why. Remember, I read you guys all those stats, all those good offensive stats, all those terrible defensive stats.
But that's what we are, Jay. But we're a defensive team. We're not an offensive team. We're a defensive team.
I'm talking about the Vikings. I'm talking about the Vikings.
Okay.
So we like our offense still where it is. Justin Jefferson getting better. Kirk Cousins gonna do what Kirk Cousins does, right?
The number one player in the NFL is Justin Jefferson. Y'all have the best player in the NFL offensively wise on your team.
For sure. You know, I
think no fucking receiver. It's not a receiver. He is the number.
Patrick Mahomes would have something to say about who's like the. I'll
bet you he's top 5.
He's won.
I bet you he's top 5 when the NFL comes with their rankings. He's top 3, maybe.
But Patrick Mahomes is 1, so I got to give Patrick Mahomes the title.
Okay.
He's going. Patrick Mahomes going for GOAT status right now. He's already got 2.
Can you imagine what he could do with Jefferson? Besides with our quarterbacks. But go ahead. I keep interrupting.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave.
Anyway, I read you all our terrible defensive stats, and I told y'all if we were just middle of the pack defensively, Giants game wouldn't have happened. That Cowboys game wouldn't have happened. Well, it probably still would happen because again, we were emotionally deflated. That was a tough game. But all the close games that we had, if we were middle of the pack defensively, I don't think, we might have damn near been undefeated last year. So what happened? We got rid of our defensive coordinator. So we're going to have a brand new scheme. We brought in Brian Flores, who is a mastermind. We have one of the top edge rushers in the league. But last year, what do we have him doing? We had this fool dropping back into coverage. No, Daniil Hunter will be putting his hand in the dirt this season, getting after quarterbacks. So our defense is going to be better. So yes, I do think that we have a brighter future with our defense going to be, vastly improved from last year. I'm telling you.
Jay, there's no way your team will have a better defensive team than we will. Offensively, y'all might blow us out the water. But then let's speak of this. Let's speak of last year. And I know you weren't done. I'm gonna just real quick.
What about Shane's stats?
Shane wants to read his facts. First off, hold on. When our quarterback had a horrible year, but he's not a horrible quarterback. When he came back from injury, we were the number 1 team offensively in the NFL. You understand that? Now,
when he rushed back from injury because Cooper was about to take his spot.
Yeah. So okay. So if you're saying we could have done it without Dak, we could have been the number 1 offense without him. That's fine. I can't really judge that. But offense is not our weapon. I don't really put Dak over your quarterback. I would put them up just alike. They both put up big numbers during the season. They both got good arms, make great decisions when they have good weapons around them. Do they utilize those weapons? But when it comes to that prime time playoff game, they're nowhere to be found. And defensively, I don't know if y'all can fuck with us defensive wise right now. See, y'all still have like an outlook because you got a new scheme coming in. The team has to positively react to that.
Facts.
You don't know yet, Jay. You don't know. But our defense, we know what we got, and we know what our schemes are, and we know. That's why I say that's a bold statement for you to say that you're going to have a better defensive team than us.
No, I'm not saying defensive team. I'm saying overall. I'm projecting that our defense will. Listen, there's nowhere to go but up. Because we were dead last in so many fucking categories last season. I think at worst we could be like middle of the pack, playing a different scheme. We were playing prevent fucking defense. Daniel Jones looked like prime Michael Vick against us. It was the most frustrating thing I had ever seen in my entire life, almost.
Hey, Jason, you do know that we watch football every week. And every week, defensive coaches fuck up because when they think that it's time to save the game and stop the game, and the other team has to go 80 yards. Oh, let's stay in this prevent. What? Dude, remember, there's levels to these quarterbacks, but the sorriest quarterback in the league is a monster in his own right. So
Ed Donato had us playing prevent defense in the first quarter.
Oh, I'm done.
Bro, I couldn't. It was hard to watch.
Shane, can we hear these statistics, please? Before you fall asleep.
Bro, he can't even see the letters.
Shane, you better speak up.
His glasses not thick enough.
You let me talk? Thank you. First of all, I think you're sleeping on Dak, but I'll get to that later.
He's ass.
Head-to-head matchups. Cowboys are up all time 19-15.
Oh, shoot.
Including winning the last 3 in a row. Including the last time when we beat y'all 40-3.
Oh, damn.
Hey, those Randy Moss years, man, we had some nightmares, boy. Quincy, Culpepper and Moss, Lord, we had nightmares.
But Randy is still long gone and retired. So
I still have
built on that.
He's not walking through that door.
19 to
these are the Vikings. These are the
Vikings. That's crazy.
30 playoff berths. 20 division titles. Only
20?
1 NFC title.
Oh, no.
0 Super Bowls. 22 Hall of Famers.
Hey, that's kind of a joke, Jay. Hey, Jay, that's kind of a joke. Y'all have only won 1 NFC title. That's the brag. We don't brag about divisions. We brag about NFC champs going to the bowl. Y'all got 1?
We got 1.
These are the Cowboys. I'm not done. These are the Cowboys. Total 5 Super Bowls titles. 5 Super Bowl titles.
In the past, Shane. In the
30
past.
playoff berths.
Okay.
21 division titles. 8 NFC championships. 20 Hall of Famers.
So how many Hall of Famers? Now y'all got us on Hall of Famers, Jay.
That's the only thing you got us on is Hall of Famers.
Y'all got us on Hall of Famers, but
Hall of Famers in the Cowboys.
Now he's laughing. You want to laugh? I'll tell you something to laugh about, Jay. You want to laugh about that? Let me tell you the difference between our Hall of Famers and yours. What have y'all Hall of Famers done for you?
Brand Tarkenton changed the game.
No, I didn't say that the game. I didn't say the game.
Before Michael Vick.
I didn't say the game. I said, what has your Hall of Famers done for your team? Because I know our Hall of Famers in the 80s, in the 70s and the 90s have brought us Super Bowls, multiples. So what did your Hall of Famers do for you?
Our Hall of Famers gave us really good highlights against the Cowboys.
What are you laughing at, Shane? That's a real hold on, Shane. Don't be
highlights.
Shane, don't be
highlights.
Rude.
That's
Shane,
your
don't be rude. Don't be rude,
Your
Shane.
last highlight was in 1996. You wasn't even
again.
You wasn't even big
Shane,
enough.
You don't have one. You don't have
one.
Hey, Jay, that was a real
Our
answer.
Hall of Famers.
That was a real answer.
Are the
highlights,
triplets.
Yes.
Our Hall of Famers are prime time. Yo, Hall of Famers ain't shit.
Hey, Shane. No, Shane, don't do that. Shane, I will spit out some. I will spit out.
Y'all had the
Vikings. Don't do that.
Two of the greatest wide receivers on one team and didn't win shit.
And y'all had Tony Romo on your team.
Y'all had Randy and Chris Carter lining up right next to each other and couldn't win nothing.
I'll give
Tony Romo.
Y'all had Brett Favre. Y'all begged Brett Favre to play with y'all.
Don't get me started on Brett Favre and Bountygate.
Private plane. Please come back. Please come back. And he didn't.
Bountygate happened. Thank you. Bountygate happened.
Oh, now you're going to blame Bountygate. Okay.
If I may,
did it not happen? Was it not proven?
Forget about it.
I'm glad somebody fucked somebody up in the league. Shit.
If
Bounty Gate happened. Bounty Gate was a real thing.
And you call us delusional. Delusional.
Let me ask you this: did Bounty Gate happen? Was it proven?
I'm gonna just let you know. I think
it don't matter.
Yeah, you sitting there looking because you know the answer.
It don't
no,
matter.
Bounty Gate happened, but I also think something more greater. If you want to be a conspiracy theorist, I think that Hurricane Katrina did happen, and it was more powerful for the Saints to win it that year than the Vikings, dude. And more headlines. You got to think about it. The NFL. These professional teams, professional sports, they're all about headlines. And I'm going to tell you right now, that fucking thing about Katrina hitting and the Saints winning that year, there was not going to be a better story than the fucking Vikings winning, man. Come on, man.
The Saints are frauds, and they'll always be frauds in my eyes. I don't care what y'all say.
Look at you hating on another team with a Super Bowl ring.
But ask me what happened the last 2 times we played the Saints in the playoffs. Ask me what happened.
Whoop their ass.
Exactly.
You can say that, but ain't no ring to show for it.
That's called karma. That's karma.
You can say that, but ain't no ring to show for it.
For your ass right there.
Yeah, but you know what?
The last 2 times we played the Saints in the playoffs, the Minnesota Miracle, game-winning touchdown by Kyle Rudolph in the corner of the end zone. Fuck the Saints. They can suck a dick with AIDS on the tip for all I give a.
Oh, come on, man.
Jesus Christ. Fuck, man.
Come on.
Hey, what do the Italians do? Hey, come on. Oh.
Can I just say something, please? I will give the Vikings credit for this. They've made, I think, 4 NFC championship games since the Cowboys last made one. I think that was 98. That was Randall Cunningham. 2000 with Culpepper. 2009 with Favre, and then the Case Keenum year. And while the Cowboys have not been able, they've been on the doorstep, but they haven't been able to get back to the NFC Championship game since the last time they won the Super Bowl.
They always lose to the weak Packers.
But wait a minute. To our credit, you didn't come up and say the teams that we lost to those years won the fucking Super Bowl. You didn't say that.
Let's
didn't
see.
say that.
Is that true?
That's very true.
I don't know if it's true.
That's very true.
No,
and if not one, they went to the Super Bowl that year.
Well, of course,
they all lost like the Packers twice. So they didn't. I mean, Aaron Rodgers only has 1.
And one of those we got cheated. That was a catch.
The rules say he didn't catch it.
That was a catch. That was a catch, bro.
Well, the year after that, it was a catch because the rule changed. But I get that's technicality. But the teams that we lost to the year that they won the Super Bowl, I want to say did we lose to the Packers that year when they won? The Giants. We lost to the Giants.
2014. I know they made it. 2014 they lost. Who made 2014? The NFC Super Bowl team was New England and Seattle. So they never lost to Seattle in the playoffs, did they? I don't think.
No.
And then 2016, I think they lost. Another year they lost to the Packers. Who made the 2016 was Patriots and Falcons, right? So I don't think Cowboys didn't lose to the Falcons in the playoffs, did they?
No.
So who they lose to last year? They lost to the Niners, right?
I told you it had to be 08, 09 or something like that. The Giants, when they won that year, we lost to them. They wound up beating everybody on the road. But that's a good point. That's a very good point. At least the Vikings have made the NFC Championship 4 years, before we've. So I'll give you that. I'll give y'all that. Y'all can have that. You got a point on that. Okay.
Let me say something about Dak though. I don't get the beef. I don't get the criticism. This dude wasn't supposed to be anything for the Cowboys.
Oh my gosh! Don't do that.
No,
he wasn't though.
Anything for the Cowboys.
We know the story, but he's here now.
Jerry was putting all his fortunes, all his future on Romo. He had no plan for Dak.
But Dak's not trash though. Don't listen to what Jason is talking about, my nigga. Jason is gonna call Dak
worked
trash.
His way up from third string all the way, not only be the starting quarterback, but from getting his money.
Anthony
won a couple playoff games. He won the division title.
And why don't you make the same argument for Kirk Cousins?
Can you please tell Jason?
The Commanders had no plans. The Commanders had no plans for Kirk Cousins. They drafted Robert Griffin III first. They drafted Kirk Cousins to be a backup. So you can make the same argument.
Kirk Cousins don't have numbers like Dak. What are you talking about?
That's the other thing I was going to say. You guys know that Madden rated Dak over Kirk, Mitch.
Facts.
That doesn't matter. The fucking NFL. Wait a minute, Jay. Do you know the top 100? The top 100, Dak is lower rated than Kirk, but that's based off. That's why I said that's based off of the opinions of the players, which matters. From the opinions of motherfuckers that have never played a down of football in their life. You get what I'm saying?
Y'all heard Mahomes and you heard Mariota. Kirk Cousins is the most underrated player in the NFL. Quarterback.
I'd say Justin Fields, but sure, Kirk Cousins, fine.
I'd say Justin Fields is still up and coming. He's not underrated yet.
Seasonal wise, Dak and Kirk put up great numbers during the season. Go check their numbers, man. Dak has had great numbers, great QBRs. So has Kirk. But until they do something in the playoffs, as far as like win us the game, and I'm not talking about put us up points. I'm talking about like, holding that trophy and to go to the Super Bowl. Then, Jay, we ain't talking about nothing, man. I love my quarterback, bro, just like you love yours. But I feel that if this isn't the year, they both got to go, Jay. Y'all got too much talent on that side for y'all not to be competing and just putting up 3 points against us, man. Regardless of if you came off of beating the Bills or not, you put up 3 points in the first quarter, and that should have never happened. Y'all should, something was up. It happened.
It happens.
Okay.
All right, look, guys. I think it's been about 30 minutes of arguing that
trash,
and I think we should get out into. There's really. I don't know what the verdict is. I don't know. That's between you guys. You guys decide.
There's no verdict. Jason feels that we ain't shit. Shane feels that y'all not shit, and I feel that we both are a quarterback away from going to the big show. That's how I feel. We're both a quarterback away because, again, if they don't do it this year, it's time to move on. Dak has had 6 years to do it. Kurt's had, I don't know how many years he's been in the league to do it.
Dak gonna shut some people up, dude.
Then why is Trayvon Diggs out there in training camp calling him a bitch ass? Like, why is that happening?
We just call each other bitch ass niggas just a few minutes ago. That's part of it.
I didn't say that. You said that because you're part of that losing talk.
Not if you Draymond Green
talking. I never said that to you. I called you a big dummy. I never called you a bitch.
I bet you not everybody could call Draymond Green a bitch ass nigga.
I heard
nobody could say that and get away with it.
Dak is way too civilized. All he did was toss the ball at him.
Whatever.
Anthony.
What?
Before we move on, I wanted to make a point about my background picture this week. You notice it's not a horse. Big news in racing happened over the weekend, man. See the connections in the back of me. The gentleman with the suit to the left of me that's Rapoli. He's one of the top faces of owners on the East Coast, man. So when you see East Coast horse racing, you see that man's face. Billionaire, big billionaire. The guy at the top, he's the top trainer on the East Coast. His name is Todd Pletcher. When you see training on the East Coast, you see, or practically everywhere around horse racing, you see that man's face. And the jockey to the under them, that's his name is Irad Ortiz. He probably right now is the #1 jockey in America as far as purse money is concerned and wins. That guy, he's the man. You know, he's the LeBron of the sport. So you see that they just had their faces are in disbelief, just disgruntled. They just won a very prestigious race over the weekend, but their horse kind of got, not even kind of, he should have been taken down and disqualified. But and you know, right now the notion of horse racing, it's kind of negative right now because of all the deaths. And horse racing entity as a whole doesn't have a collective how can I say uh oh, you know how NFL has the Players Association and the NBA has the player. We don't have that in horse racing. It's not a one body judge body. Every state has their own rules as far as horse racing is concerned. So what the horse did on the East Coast to get taken down and disqualified he may not be taken down elsewhere, you know. So until we have that one body, we're going to have a lot of things that go on like this. But anyway, the faces that they have is before that they got to be put up, you know, as far as kept up for first place. But you should have been disqualified. I'm not gonna really get into it, but I think that if they disqualify them, it gives horse racing a more fair and honest outlook, because keeping them up just lets you know that the faces of racing are more important than the fan, than the guy that's betting his everyday money, than, you know, the connections of everyone else. And that's not a good look. So I wanted to mention that. Normally you'd see a horse behind me that did great things over the weekend, and I'll post them up. But I wanted to shine a light on this because, again, horse racing, you failed. You have failed the fans. You have failed the bettors. You have failed the connections. You have failed the workers that work. You failed everybody, man, by deciding to keep that horse in first place. So thank you for letting me shine my light on that, Anthony.
No problem. That was our weekly
right.
horse racing segment.
Can I just say that? Can I just say that Dak Prescott led the league in interceptions last year, but he didn't even play all the games?
Mitch, we gotta move on, bro.
Can y'all
start it back
can
up.
you just stop, bro?
And he led the #1 offense in the league when he came back while leading in interceptions too. So
crazy. You know, he's only had two. You know, he's only had 2 seasons over 4,000 passing yards.
Okay, what's your point?
I don't know. Kirk Cousins has had 7, so
check
that man. Hey, that
where's the range?
But you know what? There's a lot of things that I can say. Well, you know, Dak led this.
Shane Murray wanted to match them up head to head. So, you know,
check this out. Did you
head
guys
to head? Kirk can't fuck with that, man.
That's false.
Hey, did you guys see the fight this weekend?
No,
UFC fight definitely.
Oh,
of course. No. We're talking about the sport, the fight that shut down that froze the sport of boxing. Yes.
Boxing's boring.
Oh, so only me and Vito saw it. Okay, I guess.
I saw the highlight.
Hey,
UFC is way better than boxing for me. I'm sorry.
I can't wait to get to Vegas, man. I got some nice little change in my account, bro, when I get out there, because I made some money off of off your boy Crawford. Even though he was minus 135 on the money line, I didn't bet it that way, but I bet the round that he would get knocked out in, and if it was going to be a TKO or tech with stuff like that, I made money on. But dude, as far as taking sucker bets out here, there was a lot of suckers out here in LA that were rooting and just for sure thing. Spence was a lock, and like I said, it was minus 135 on the money line for Vegas. That was Crawford's his odds. And for idiots out here in LA to give you even money on that money, meaning like just straight up bets to win, like bet 100, bet a couple hundred, bet 1,000 that he'll win. Idiots, dog, because Crawford showed. And I tried to tell everybody before they made the bet with me. I said, listen, what's going to separate these two is the athleticism that Crawford has, bro. Not because he can switch and go from southpaw to, the rec. No, I'm talking about he's an athlete. The way he moves, man, it's ridiculous, bro. And if you didn't know Crawford was a monster, you know now. Oh, you know now.
Yeah, that's the thing about it is that what sucks for Terence Crawford is that this is the worst era of boxing ever. And it took until he was 35 years old to finally get a fight like this where he could prove just how special he was. There's really no other guy that he could face, in his era that it would have allowed him to prove what he proved on Saturday night. But it was the greatest welterweight performance that I don't know when's the last time somebody had a greater performance than that at welterweight. To stop an undefeated fighter of Errol Spence's quality like that. I mean, just completely dominant, and he's just amazing, man. He's a it's like there are good fighters and there are very good fighters and there are great fighters and there are special fighters, and Terence Crawford is a special fighter. Mitch was saying that UFC is better than boxing, and it felt good. I hadn't ordered a pay-per-view boxing. Boxing used to be, maybe my favorite sport for a time. I used to write about boxing and everything. But I hadn't ordered a pay-per-view boxing event since, I guess, Mayweather and Berto, I guess it would be Mayweather and McGregor. And so I hadn't ordered one since then. So it felt good to watch again. Of course, Showtime is okay, but of course, HBO boxing leaving the scene, that did a lot to hurt boxing, in my opinion. But it's, HBO, what HBO is great at, just like HBO is great at storytelling, no matter what it is, and they created big stars for years, from Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson, De La Hoya, Roy Jones, Mayweather, Pacquiao. Those are all HBO created stars, and that's missing in the sport now. So, I would have to agree, UFC right now, they do a better job of promoting their stars and creating big events than boxing does.
Hey, Shane, hey, Anthony, that Showtime, the 2 episodes that they gave us,
all access.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, boring. Yeah, I mean, dude, it was good. It had certain points, but then there were certain points where I'm just like, damn, they don't have nothing to talk about, man, dude. And then it's just like you can tell that they're both reading from. It's not natural. It's not a natural flow. They're reading from something, teleprompter or whatever. I don't know. They got to do better on that. They got to do better presentation wise. Got to do better.
Yeah, like I said, man, HBO, they create all these stars. Bernard Hopkins and Pacquiao and Floyd and De La Hoya, and 24/7 was such a great show. It's such great writing and such great, storytelling, and they just knew how to create a sense of drama around their fights and gravity. But anyway, congratulations to Bud Crawford, and hope that Errol Spence bounces back. But
did you see what he had said? And that's the last thing I'm gonna say. I don't mean to keep butting in, but did you see when he knocked him out? He turned to the Charlo brother and said, "You next. I want you next."
Yeah, none of these guys at 147 or 154 can do anything with Terence Crawford, and he proved that on Saturday night.
Well, where's your boy at? Gervonta, where's he at?
He's at 135. He's at lightweight. So they're not even in there. But
he just got out of jail too.
Yeah, just got out of jail too. But
okay, what's her name? What's her name? That's always Shane. You just hit. Never mind, bro. What's that pretty girl, man? That every time she speaks on ESPN, she's always going after someone's criminal record.
I was just
Malika.
Thinking
Malika Shane Andrews. Okay.
Shane, why did you bring that up, man?
You asked what's going on with him. I think this guy.
I didn't ask what's going on with him. I mean,
Vito asked what's going on with him.
That's his personal life, man.
He's talking about boxing wise. You bring that up.
Yeah,
right,
man.
look.
Come on, Shane Andrews.
Look,
Oh my
we
God.
got about 20 minutes. We got about 15 minutes left. Do y'all want to go quickly? Now listen to me. Quickly.
I want to hear what Jay has to say about something.
These top 5 overrated players. But we got everybody. We got 2. Each person has like 2 minutes.
Okay. Please let Jay. No, let Jay get 5 because I feel like we've literally have taken his speaking time, dude. I know I have. So let Jay get a little segment in, man. Please, bro.
See, let me pull up my top 5 underrated.
Underrated.
Sorry, overrated. Sorry. Number 1, I had Dylan Brooks. I mean, I feel like it goes without saying, you know, for what he is, his contract too huge.
Oh, shit.
Feel like he was exposed in the playoffs. Not that great of a defender in my eyes, from what I was able to see. Number 2, Jason Tatum. I got Jason Tatum as my number 2 most overrated player in the league. This isn't just Celtic hate. It's just what I see, my eye test. He's viewed as like the next great superstar, but for my eyes, just seems too inconsistent. Scoring wise, everything, just scoring wise, aggressiveness wise, in my eyes, to be an actual superstar. At best, I think he's like a number 2 option. So I think he's overrated because I don't believe that he's an actual superstar. Number 3 is Jaylen Brown. He's already viewed as a number 2, but with the contract he has, being the highest paid player in the NBA, in NBA history, and the highest paid player in the league currently, he's not the best player in the league. So in my eyes, he's overrated. Number 4 is Trae Young. Trae Young had a good run in the playoffs a couple of years ago, but for my money, he hasn't built on that success. He's kind of plateaued at just being like a okay player. His shot selection is terrible. He's just kind of living off that success that he had, and he hasn't really built on it. So I got Trae Young as being I got Trae Young as my 4th most overrated player, and I got Jordan Poole at number 5. Again, it's a player that, you know, he had some success. For him, he got his money and then just kind of cooled off. The pool party was over. The pool party got canceled, basically. So I got Jordan Poole at number 5. Let's see how he does in Washington with more opportunity. But I mean, again, in Washington, though, for my money, you know, he'll basically what Kenny Smith says is a looter in a riot, and he'll basically be getting a bunch of points in blowouts and shit. So if you're getting points in blowouts, you know, those points don't really matter because, you know, teams aren't playing hard. So I'll probably still think Jordan Poole's the number 5 most overrated player in the NBA. He might move up even more after next season, depending how well he does and how trash I still think that he is for not playing well after he got his money. And really quick, I'll just go through Sheila's top 5 most overrated. She's got Zion Williamson at number 1, Jordan Poole at number 2. Number 3, she has Dylan Brooks. Number 4, wait, she told me to switch number 4. But originally she had Joel Embiid as number 4. And then number 5, she has Bradley Beal. But she told me to switch number 4 though. I gotta look and see who she told me to switch Joel Embiid with, if y'all want to go while I look for that.
All right, I'll go next. I have an honorable mention. First of all, Luka. Luka has another season like this.
Ooh,
bro.
Okay.
Luka, learn how to use your teammates, bro. You don't have to learn how to let your teammates have the ball sometimes, man. It'll help your team. Yes.
I remember she said switch out Joel Embiid with Trae Young. So Trae Young is her fourth most overrated player. Run it.
Right.
Shame.
So, and by the way, Joel Embiid, for all these years we haven't been in the conference finals, you better watch it, brother.
Yeah.
I have.
Hey, him and James can't do it all, Antho. Come on.
No, they can't do it together at all.
I couldn't believe he said that.
I also have Zion.
Really?
I mean, really, people are down on Zion right now.
Uh-huh.
But, I mean, he's a fabulous player when he's healthy, but I'm just saying, man, he made all that money.
He hasn't been healthy.
Really, I shouldn't put Zion in there because people are down on him, and he is good. Right, but he needs to play.
I think mentality-wise, he's definitely overrated. But mentality-wise, no.
Some of these guys, Kyrie, great player, great talent. But, I mean, since he left LeBron, I mean, it's been a mixed bag. Of course, he performs on the court when he's out there. But can Kyrie Irving lead a team? He hasn't shown that he can do that. I got Spencer Dinwiddie on here just because I bet on him and I never know what he's going to do. And then also he talked about Rick Fox that one time, so he needs to watch his mouth. And then my other
wait, you said who?
He talked about Rick Foxers. Yeah, he talked trash about Rick Fox just like randomly.
He wasn't trying to, but he needs to know.
Spencer Dinwiddie is a Los Angeles legend. You understand? I love that kid, man. He's a Los Angeles Pan-Pacific legend.
And then also I want to say Austin Reaves. Damn near became overrated. He damn near became overrated. I'm glad the Lakers didn't give him 4 years behind it. They gave him a nice deal. All right, now listen to me.
Yeah.
Here's my real top five.
Yeah.
Top five, number 5, Bam Adebayo. We got to remember something now. Overrated doesn't mean bad, right?
Right.
Bam Adebayo, he's an excellent player, but a lot of times he's undersized. I mean, he's undersized against, most people. I mean,
that's a good one, Antho.
A lot of times I watch Bam Adebayo and I go, I don't know, man. He's kind of small out there, and it seems like he kind of can't hold up sometimes.
That's a good one, Antho.
Number 4, Tyrese Maxey, because the Sixers had the nerve to say that they would not trade Tyrese Maxey for Dame Lillard. Come on, Sixers. I mean, how good do you think Tyrese Maxey is going to be?
That's fair.
Number three, I have Marcus. Number 3, I have Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart?
Excellent defensive player, but really not that good of an offensive player. A good passer, not a true point guard. Can't really shoot that well. I mean, it's really. I mean, I don't know.
He's a hot player.
A lot about Marcus Smart.
That's it.
He barely get hot.
Number 2, I have Brad Beal. Makes a lot of money and got a lot of hype for going to City for somebody who's never won anything. I don't even think he's played the second round. Maybe he did earlier in his career with John Wall. I'm not sure. But that's number 2. And my number one.
That hurts, Anthem.
My number 1, Karl Anthony Towns.
Whoa! Not the big cat. The big cat.
Number 1 with a bullet. That guy played Minnesota, being a big weenie. His whole career, he's got all the skill and all the talent in the world. He hasn't won anything, and I don't know if he ever will. All right, we got about 10 minutes left for Shane. You go.
No, I got one player.
Okay,
I got one player. Just one.
Just one.
Julius Randle. Julius.
No. Don't do this. Take it back.
That guy frustrates me so much, man. And I don't know how he continues to get these contracts.
That was just a bad series.
He frustrates me too.
He frustrates me, man. That man sits out there and shoots threes, man. And why?
Letting him off the hook. You're right.
And they're just letting him do it. Go ahead, Shane.
That's because they don't want to deal with him in the paint. They're like,
I mean, but where's your mentally? He should know that. So let me try to bully.
Well, see, what happened with Julius is the league happened to Julius. Because when he got drafted, everybody wanted him to be Draymond. But he's not Draymond. No, don't make that face. You got to be able to shoot threes like Draymond. They were trying to make him Draymond. Even with the Draymond to get tutored from him.
And so, do you remember people saying that? Because I remember people calling him
you
more athletic
talk about
than
that like first 3 years with the Lakers. We gotta make him be a Draymond. We gotta make him shoot more threes.
Yeah,
they were trying to make him shoot more threes since he came into the league.
I think I said that myself. Especially once we got Luke. Julius played for Luke, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he?
And then he started making them. And so he's been living
Y'all
on.
need to stop. Y'all need to stop with all that. He's a 3-point shooter. That boy don't need to take another fucking 3, man.
Probably
Said you won the All-Star 20 and 10 guy.
Not all lefties can shoot.
Shane, you need to go through your 5 because we don't have to. We're almost.
Well, the viewers on the show ain't gonna be surprised with my first 2.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
Number 1,
who is it, Nick Van Exel? Because you know Nick
overrated.
Van Exel probably
overrated.
Oh my gosh.
Number 1, Jokic.
Okay.
I don't care what y'all say. He always gonna be overrated in my book. Number 2, Jamal Murray. Fuck him very much. Matter of fact, fuck the whole Denver squad very much. And fuck you, Mike Malone, very much too. So that's my first 2. Number 3, Ben Simmons.
Number 4, even rated anymore?
I mean, even if he was,
he's still getting contracts, man. He's still getting contracts.
Number 4, Royce O'Neal. Number 5, Ben Adebayo.
Why are you picking on Royce O'Neal?
Yeah. Yo, I'm telling y'all right now, Royce O'Neal is watching the show and he's like, what is he fucking me for?
Right, what did I do to shame?
I'll pick Royce O'Neal because he has this reputation of being a high-end role player, but his game is basic. Like, and when they were talking about, making trades, when they were talking about the Lakers making trades during the draft, his name would be the number 1 name, one of the main names that come up. And it's like, bro, why?
Royce O'Neal.
So, Royce O'Neal.
That's wild. He said, Roy, I can't believe you're sticking to this yo thing.
Don't you have?
I don't care what none of y'all say.
Don't you have something to say to an old friend of ours, man?
Well, yeah, I was just hanging out with Herbert, so he was really gonna log on. We were just at the gym hooping, showing these young whippersnappers how 35, 36-year-olds do it out here, giving these buckets, giving this work. And so he was gonna come on. We discussed it. He has his top 5 most overrated players ready. But once again, Shane Murray and his delusional cowboy nonsense, Dak Prescott propaganda, never been with a vagina that he could really get with, glasses way too thick, nose looks stupid, bump on his eyelid, having ass, Shane Murray, as usual, he distracted us. It just is what it is. So I'm sorry, Herbert. We'll try to get the bump on Shane Murray's eyelid fixed, and maybe next time we won't let him distract us. Sorry, Herbert.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, sorry, Herbert. All right, so before we get out of here, just a few reminders. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button next to the Complete Lakers podcast. If you prefer the audio version, remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts. The show is also on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and every other major podcatcher. Make sure to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at TC Pod Network and to like it on Facebook. Just search for the Complete Lakers Podcast. And finally, send feedback and mailbag questions to Complete Lakers Podcast at gmail.com. We are out.
Score!